Hello everyone and welcome back again. In the previous video I explained some theoretical information about computer and about ICT, information and communication technology, and just some basics about computer and just fundamentals information about computer and the network and so in today's video I'm gonna show you how to work practically with Windows 10. So let's start. In Windows 10, after you just turn on the computer, as I explained before, the operating system the operating system will be inside the hard drive, and the ROM or the BIOS responsible to boot the operating system or load the operating system, sorry, from the hard drive to the random access memory. Now you can see the desktop. That means the operating system is working in the random access memory in the RAM. So now the first thing you can see the desktop in the operating system which the Windows operating system. So here we call desktop, everything here is called desktop. In the desktop we can see we have icons, this is called icons, and of course here we have a taskbar, this is called a taskbar. Taskbar is divided into three parts. It just consists from three parts or maybe four parts, three parts in general. I'll just show you that. The first thing, we have a start button. This start button contains many things, like I will explain it. And also we have a search box here. So in order to find anything, in order to searching anything, if you want to find anything, just write it here. For example, setting. So I need to setting, just type setting. I need a snipping tool, for example. I just type it. I need painter or paint, just add it. I need word, just add it here. Control panel, for example, or anything. So just for searching, we have a search box. Here we have a view or task view. So now I open just this recorder to record this video. I can open another thing, for example, I can open this page also, for example, or anything. So just select here in the view, task view. So I can find I have two screen or two windows running now, or two programs running now, or two screen, I mean just two windows, sorry. So just two windows here. So here recorder, I can, for example, I need to close this, just to close it from here, and press in the escape in the keyboard, so to return back again. Here it's called like a quick launch programs. So this programs here, the software, when I open new program, this program will be here. I can see the icon of this program here. For example, I open, now I try to open any software here, for example this browser. So I will see the icon should be here also for the running programs. So after it's working, so I see now the icon here for this program. You can just select it to open, or select it again to like minimize this program or software. Of course, I can here also we have a notification area called notification area. So here I can see the date and time, the language for keyboard here, like voice or speaker, battery, and Wi-Fi and so on. We have so many things here. I can also add some icons or add software here in the quick launching. Why it's called the quick launching? Because here, for example, in order to open a program, now for example I will close this, just from here, right click and close. So in order to open this program here, I should just double click on this program here in the desktop, double click to open this program. But when I add the software to the in the taskbar, so right click to add the software or to add the icon to the taskbar, just right click and then pin to taskbar. So now when I add it here, so just one click here, so quick launch, just one click, without, you don't need the double click here. Also I can add this program like this, just drag and drop in the taskbar, so you can add it here also. Also here in the desktop I can just right click and find here we have a view, so I can make a large icon by view, or for example just a medium icon or a small icon. Also here sort by, so I can change to sort. Now you can see it changing. Sort by, for example, date or item type or anything. So you can see it here. Also refresh, just to refresh the desktop icon. If you change something, you can see the changing after refresh sometimes. We have personalize. Personalize, that means if I want, for example, to change the background for this for the screen or desktop, or change the image, change the resolution, change the color, just from right click and personalize. After that, you can see we have a background here, so I can add the background for picture or slide or just a solid color. So can add just a color here, or maybe just one picture, or and just select any picture you want from here. Also the color, so I can select the color. You can see now it is yellow. I can make it red, for example, or anything. And here we have lock screen. Lock screen, when you lock your computer, you can lock the computer. I will show you that you can change the picture from here. So I can make it picture and I can change it to this picture. Just remember this because I will show you that, or maybe this picture, it is better. And also on lock screen, we have something called screensaver in the last thing, screensaver setting. So a screensaver, also you can change the screensaver as you want. For example, make it like a bubble, like this. Here you can find some bubble and some information. So just apply and okay to change the screensaver. It's important, just pay attention on this here. So now just right click and personalize. So you can background to change the background, color to change the color, lock screen to add the lock screen if you look at your screen, or just add the screen saver from here. So now if I lock the screen from here, just from the taskbar, and from here I can lock the screen. So now I lock the screen. You can see I add this image because I have added this image, so you can find it here. Also in the right click I have display setting. Display setting to change the resolution, or change the, like this, for example, change the, make it to 100. You can see it is smaller, or maybe 150%, or resolution, it's always make it like recommended, or we can make it, for example, like this. So you can see it is different screen, different resolution I mean, or just return back to the recommended and keep change. And that is just right click and we have display setting for resolution and personalize to change the color and background and screensaver and also lock screen. In the taskbar here I can change the position of the taskbar, for example add it here at the top. So in order to do that, just right click and lock the taskbar. Now it is locked, you can see. I can just select again, click again on it, that means to unlock. After that, just drag by the mouse and just add the taskbar as you want, or just from here taskbar setting, right click and taskbar setting here. So from here you can add lock taskbar. I can make it open to lock the taskbar, automatically hide. So just click here, you can see now automatically hide. When I just hover here I can find the taskbar, and when I leave the pointer of the mouse it will hide. So I can delete this, automatically hide the taskbar in the task mode like this. I think it's not important. Use a small task button, so you can see it is just a smaller, or just make it bigger here. So it's just an important thing in the taskbar. Also you can access this taskbar, just right click and also personalize. Same thing, you can just go to taskbar and you can customize the taskbar from here. For example, I need to delete this or remove this icon from taskbar. Just go to this icon. I can make that by many way. Here and unpin from taskbar, or just go to this icon place, which is this here, and right click, and from here unpin from taskbar. Just in this easy this way. We have again what else? We have a Windows, because you know the operating system called Windows. That means we have many windows in this in the Windows. So here this called window. This called window. From here I can just select here minimize. That means just add this window here in the taskbar, or just again. Here we can just also minimize or restore down here, make it like smaller, or just maximize again to make it bigger. Here just to close it. Here this PC, that means like my computer in Windows 7. So just double click on it. This is a window. Also in window I can see many things here, like here a file. You can add, for example, create a new window, open new window, but from the file. You can do many things just from the file to close and open and something like this. And in the view here also it's important, you can add a small icon or large icon, extra large or large, or make it like a list like this, or content to add it like this, or add some details. Here we can sort like by type or something like this. Here the hide item, the hidden item, sometimes there is some item are hidden, so you can find the hidden item by this. Just select here to find the hidden item. Here you can add checkbox like this. Here for example you have a checkbox. You can add file name and extension. You can see the extension of the file here and some information about that. So now here just to close this. For example, in order to open many window, also for example here in the start bar we have a power, it's called power options here. So we have restart, shutdown and the sleep. Now what's the difference between those? We have a sleep, for example, the first thing is sleep. When I just say sleep here, so when I make a sleep, make the computer sleep, just the computer will sleep, but all programs, all software will stay working, will still working. Nothing, I mean, as I explained before, as I said before, every program or every software running in the computer should be in the random access memory, so in the RAM. That means it is working, it is running. So if you make a sleep, all programs will stay in the random access memory, not removed from random access memory. But for example, in the shutdown, that means you shut down the computer, you will turn off the computer, all programs, all software will delete it from the random access memory. So if you have opened the software, open a program, working with the program or any software and make restart, everything will removed from random access memory, so it is closed and you need to reopen this program again. Restart also like a shutdown, but just make a shutdown and then restart the Windows again in the restart. Also on taskbar you can restart the taskbar just from here, but you can just unlock the taskbar and then from here you can restart the taskbar. I think even if you look it you can do that. No. So the taskbar. Control panel also is important because you can control the computer, you can change many things in your computer, change the time, change the date, remove the software program, add a new account, change the clock and security of the system and so on. So here you can change the view by, for example, category or large icon or anything, but always just make it category. It is easier because categorize each group in the specific category or particular category. So here we have the first category, system and security. This is responsible for system and security. For example, add the firewall or just turn off the firewall. For example, just select the firewall, and from here you can just turn on or turn off the firewall. Sometimes you need to turn off the firewall. Network and internet, working with internet and network to connect your computer with internet and something like this. Here for example, hardware and sound. For example, I need to add a new printer to my computer or a new device. Just select hardware and device and then devices and the printer, and from here you can see you can add the printer or data printer. You can edit the print, update the printer. For example, I can make this a printer or any printer here as an just set as default printer. For example, just from here, everything just from control panel, and we have, as I said, hardware and sound. And date, change it, date at time, so you can change it from here, change the hours, change the date and anything just from here. Can change the time zone. For example, now Baghdad, you can change it to anything you want. This is from a time. Also, we have a language to change the language of the keyboard. So just from English or Arabic, make it English or Arabic, or just change between English and Arabic. Or for example, here I can add a new language. If you have should connect with internet and just add a new language, to add the Kurdish language for example, or something like this, just from here. So everything from control panel. This is the most important thing in control panel. And also we have setting in Windows 10. Actually setting is like control panel. Maybe in the next version of Windows they will remove the control panel and just replace it with the setting, because setting, everything exists in control panel also exists in setting in the more beautiful way. So just type setting here, and here also you can find many things about computer. You can see the device, same thing like control panel but in the different way. So you can add device, you can delete device, you can add an account, time and language, so on and so forth. So you can see many things here. Personalize, to change for example the background color in the another way from here, or also from control panel you can do that. Also here for example app, or we need in order to like install a new software, add a new software, or uninstall, delete the software. Installing software is another way. You have to just easy, just to have a flash for example, or just download it from the internet or by CD, and you can just next to install new software. But to uninstall new software, there's a three ways to do that. So the first way is from start. So you can just here for example I need to uninstall the software, so just right click and uninstall. This is the first way. The second way from control panel, so just from control panel, and you can see here we have program. Go to uninstall a program from here, and for example this program or anyone, just select the program and press uninstall. Or we have another way to do that. This is from setting, as I say, setting like control panel. So just from setting also we have apps, and here you can see many apps, a lot of applications here or software. So just anyone from here, just right click, or sorry, just click on it, and you can see uninstall, to uninstall the software. This the three ways to uninstall the software. Now I have a file management in Windows. I mean by file management, how to manage or organize the files and folders in the Windows. So it will be something like this. We have this computer, Windows. Inside Windows we have drives. We have some drives like C, D, E in the hard drive when we install a new operating system like Windows. So we defragment the hard drive, or just divide the hard drive into multiple drives. Cause C for example, to add Windows inside C, and D and E and so on. So inside the drives we have a folders like this. Inside the folders maybe we have subfolders. Subfolders, that means just a folder inside other folder. Inside subfolder or inside the folder we can add also files, would be like this. So drives, you have this hard drive, inside it we have a drives, or maybe we add a flash or any external device, and then inside it we have files, folders, subfolder, or files maybe inside the drive or inside the so inside it we have folders. Inside folders we have subfolders or files, or subfolders inside subfolders and other files and so on. So this is the this way to organize it, in this way I mean. So here, in order to access like a hard drive or to find the drive, for example I tell you create a folder in D, and create a folder in E or in D, for example E drive or D drive, and inside it create a Word file for example. So the first thing you should go to this PC, that means my computer, to access the drives. Or if you cannot see it here, you can just try in the search and just type this PC, and you will find this PC, or you can find it maybe in the taskbar. So just to try to find this PC, double click on it. Here, as I tell you, you can change the view from here. I can make it just a small icon, or maybe with title like this. So you can see here we have a drive C here, or local disk C, and you can see this like icons for Windows, which means the Windows operating system is here inside, installed here inside C drive. And we have F, D, E, and anything. For example, I can go to E drive. Now I'm inside E drive, so I can create a folder by right click. To create a folder, just right click and new, and here you can see folder. The folder, I can add my name in this folder, for example. So just right click and rename. So I can make this folder by my name and just enter after that. So now I have folder by my name. Inside folder, double click in it to go inside this folder, and I can also right click in new and create a new folder. It's called subfolder. Why subfolder? Because inside this folder, so it is a subfolder, so I can add, for example, another thing like for example computer, and just enter. Here also I can add a file, a new, and for example I tell you a Word file, so this is a Word file, so just select it and you can add a Word file. Right click also new to add, for example, Access file or PowerPoint file from here, or Excel file or anything, just from right click. Of course you can delete the file, rename the file, as I say, just rename, or delete, just right click and delete, just on the file, select the file or select the folder, or maybe select file and folder like this and right click and delete. Or in order to delete file, just select the file and Control and D in the same time, press Control and D to delete this file. Now I just right click and delete this. Now when I delete the folder or file, it will be inside the recycle bin. In the desktop you can see something called recycle bin. So you open the recycle, when you delete something, it will be inside recycle bin. So in the recycle bin I can delete the file permanently, or I can restore the file, restore to the desktop or anywhere from recycle bin. I can just delete everything from recycle bin by just right click and from here empty recycle bin to delete everything permanently from recycle bin, so you cannot retrieve those information or those files. Also I can, for example, also you can create here a folder, same thing, not in the drive or in the desktop, but here just pay attention, anything you created in the desktop, that means it will be in the C drive. So if you format the computer, format the C drive, everything in the desktop will deleted also, because desktop is a part of C. So if you create something in desktop, that means you created in the C drive. Because as I said, computer, you have hard drive. Inside hard drive you have multiple drives like C, D, E, F, and inside that we have folders and files. So here, for example, I can go to E drive or anywhere, and I can inside E I can create a new folder, this folder, anything, and double click and create a new folder again, just for test something. Here I can name it 1, this folder, and another folder I can name it 2, for example, anything, just add a name to the folder. So now in the folder 1, for example, I create a file like PowerPoint file, anything, just any file. Here I can copy and paste files, just click on the file and right click and copy, or just Control C in the keyboard to copy the file, and then I can return back and return back to the folder 2 and just right click and paste. Now I copy the file from 1 to the 2 to the folder 2, so you can copy and paste the file. Also, to paste the file you can just say Control V in the keyboard to paste the file in the another way. And another way we can do it, we can cut the file. So right click and cut, and you can see the difference now, and go here, or just maybe I can add it here, paste the file, or just Control V. To cut the file, that means I remove the file from the original path, from the original place, and add it just in the another place, like just move the file from place to another. But in the copy it is different. Copy, just I take copy from this file and paste it another way, so I have 2 copies of this file. This is the difference between copy and cut. In order to make cut, right click and cut, as I say, or just by keyboard Control X. So Control C to copy, Control X to cut, and Control V to paste the file. Also I can create, there's something called always something called a shortcut. You can see this icon here, that means it's just a shortcut. What I mean by shortcut? Shortcut, that means this it is just like an icon or just a link between the original place or original location and this. So my file, this file here is not in the desktop, but there is original location here, just a link to give me to the original place. So here, for example, if I just right click and go to open a file location, so now I can see this, the file location is here in this location, this PCE and this location here. By the way, here there is a path. Now this is a file path here. So this file in the drive E and in the folder called Microsoft, and then the another subfolder called VS Code, and inside it there is this file. You can see this a path also. So I can create a new shortcut, just right click also and the new like file, but we have a shortcut. So just select shortcut. So the shortcut, as I said, just a link. So I need shortcut for what? So I have to add a path here. So just try to find something to add a shortcut for. For example, I can add shortcut for this program or for Lenovo Assistant, anything. Just select it and OK. And next you can add the name, change the name here, and then we have a finish. Now you can see I have a shortcut for that. A shortcut, as I said, just a link between the file and the original place. And we can know some information about files. For example, I can create a file here, right click and the new, and create a new file, for example Word file. Just right click on the properties to find some information about files. So now you can see the file here and the extension is the file. It's called file extensions or file format. So this .doc, that means it's a document file or just Word file. And here we have the size of the file, the size on the disk, the change, created change, and some information about this file. You can find it here. So this is called the file extension or the type of the file. So you can find it by just easily just right click on the file and see the type of the file. For example, just this file, right click and the properties, and they can find the type of this file. Or but it is just not a file, it's just a software program, so it is like a little different. Or just go to general and you can see here link LNK, that means it's just a shortcut, not a type of file, it's just a link, not a file. But here, for example, this file also is a link, but when I see a file, not a link, so for example this, right click properties, so I can find XLS, that means Excel file, which means Excel file. Here the size of this file and some information about this file. Also I can find the extension by here, for example from F. So you can see here, if you go to view, as I explained, file and file name as extension, just select this so you can see the extension of the file. For example, this is a picture.gif, this is a picture png, and so on, about the files. You can see many information about files. Also, we have some software in the Windows. You don't need to install the software or to work with the software. Like for example, we have a text files already exist. Just right click and you can see we have a text file, text document. So you can name it anything and just double click on it, so you can write anything here. And from here you can just file and save the file, or save as, that means you change the location of the file and change the name of the file and just save, just to save this file. Also we have something, if we need to take a picture to all screen or to entire screen, just pay attention. We have a button, in the in the computer, in the keyboard I mean. It's called PRTSC or print screen. So just to print, now for example I need to print the screen, just select, click on this button or press this button, and I can paste the image anywhere, for example in the Word, or we have a software here called Paint. Open the Paint and just Control V to paste the image. Just to press on the print screen and then Control V in the image. Or we can, there is another way, easier way to do that, just Snipping Tool. It's more professional way. In the here we can Snipping Tool. So here we can add the picture, take a picture to all screen entire screen or just a part of screen, for example just this part, and then you here for example just this part, or for example maybe I need to take a picture to setting or control panel, so just go to control panel, type control panel here, and of course we have the software snipping tool, just a new, and you can take a picture to anywhere here. And now picture you can just right click and copy and then paste it in the Word, or maybe paste it in the also Paint program like this here in the Paint software, right click and control V to paste it, or just from here we have a file and save as. You can save the image here. If you don't have an image in your computer, you can just save it anywhere you want, for example on the desktop, and just save. Now this image save it in the desktop, as you can see, as a JPG image. We have how to compress the file. We have two ways to compress the file and folder. What I mean by compress or file compression. So compress the file, to compress the file folders, to reduce the size of this file. So now for example we have two ways to do that actually. So the first way is like a built-in inside Windows. You don't need to install any external software or program. So now for example I want to compress this file, so you can go to any file here, for example this folder. I want to compress this folder, so right click and the properties, and then here you can see advanced, select advanced, and here compress content to the save disk space, and okay, apply change to the folder only, or folder and subfolders, all folders or files inside this folder, so for all, okay. Now we can see this different, there's just like a small icon here which means the folder is compressed, to change the reduce the size of this file. Or we can add this software WinRAR. You can just install the software called WinRAR, and just using this software, for example I need to compress many files here, just select anything. For example I have to compress all those things here, just those. So just select those and just right click, and here you can see we have WinRAR, add to archive, selected. So here you can change some information, add some information, delete the file or do something, or just like this here and say okay, yes. Now in the progress to compress those files. This take a time, so I want to delete that. I can just compress this file folder, for example. Does not take any time. Just select, right click on it, sorry, just select the file, right click to it, and then WinRAR and add to archive, and just okay. Now you can see I add this folder in the archive. So in order to open this folder, just click on it, click the WinRAR and extract to, that means I need to extract again. I just add it to archive, and or to this extract. It's like a package. We have many folders and files. I need to add all those folders and files in the package and compress this package to reduce the size of those folders and files. So just extract to, and for example in the desktop, and just say okay. Now I reopen it again. Or for example I can make a simpler example. In this folder, for example, I can add many files. So I can create this file for, sorry, I can create any file, for example a new, and Excel file, or maybe another one, PowerPoint file. So I want to compress those files, so just select both files here and just WinRAR and add to archive. So you can change the name, you can delete the files after archive or not. I can delete it after archive, and then just okay. Now I add those files in the archive. It's like a package. So I just double click on it. You can see we have two files. Now I need to extract those files. I mean by extract those files from this archive of this package. So just extract to where I need to extract here, for example in the same position, or you can change the position, and just okay. Now if I just go back, I will see I extracted as a folder, and inside folder I have two files. So this to compress the file compression or file compression. And also we have something for help. So just to press, you can just press F1 sometimes to find some help in your computer, or maybe in laptop Fn for function and F1 to find the help, you should connect with the internet, and then you can find the help anywhere you want. Also, sometimes there's some programs or some software, you open software like Word, for example, or anything, and it is not responding or non-responding. That means you cannot close this program, close this software. So how to solve this problem? You can just restart the computer, turn off the computer, but the best way to do that is try to open a task manager. So if you cannot do anything, everything is freezing in your desktop, so you cannot do anything. So you can just write, but in the keyboard, press on the Control and Alt and Delete in the same times, like this, and just go to Task Manager, and here you can just in the fewer detail here, I don't need those detail. So for example, I need to close this software, just select it and end task, just in this way. So in order to close the software, or you can access the task manager just from here, right click and then task manager here. So you can find the details about task. You can see in the CPU, the CPU using 41, this program I mean, using 38% of CPU for example, and 41% of memory, and 2% of disk, and so on. You can see some information about device. Also you can, for example, now I said how to pin software to the taskbar. Also of course you can pin the software to the start, just pin to the start. Now you can find this software should be here in the start button, or I can see it here. Yes, now I just add it here, so I can see this program here in the task. And also to access the setting from here, as I said, or you can just access it from here, setting, just select here, you can access the setting, so you can do everything. For example, in the device I explained that how to create the printers, add a printer, so add a new printer or scanner. For example, just from here you have to add a new printer and scanner. You can delete the printer or scanner, and so on and so forth. For example, there's a printer, there is no printer now, but I can try to remove this printer from here, remove this device, or manage it to see the progress or some information about it. So that's almost everything about Windows 10, or the basics of Windows. I think this is almost everything. I hope you understand that. Try to practice it. If you have a computer, try just to practice this information. If you don't have a computer, you can just write some information in the paper to memorize it. Last thing we have, for example, if we need to find some information about computer, I mean the RAM or the CPU, the type of CPU, or the power of RAM, like, so just right click, and in my computer on this PC, just right click and properties. So here we can find an information about your computer. For example, we have Windows 10 Pro. The processor is Core i7 here, the 8th generation, for example. The RAM, random access memory, is 8 gigabyte, and some information. System type is 64-bit, and the computer name is Usama, and so on. You can change the computer name from here, change setting, just, and then change again from here. So you can change the computer name if you want. And the last thing, we have virus and antivirus. First of all, what was the virus? The virus is just a software. Really, it's just a software. Like for example, Word is a software, PowerPoint is a software. Also, the virus is a software. So there is a programmer, or it's called, for example, crackers or hackers, create the software or program this software, which is a virus. So a virus is just a software, but this virus will make harmful to the computer. More copy, you can delete some information, or in your computer delete some files, get some information. So in order to kill this virus or to delete this virus from your computer, you need antivirus. Antivirus also a software using to detect a virus, or to find the viruses in your computer and delete those viruses. So there's many types of antivirus, like Kaspersky, Avera, and many other types of antivirus. But in the Windows 10, you don't need to install antivirus, because you can see here, for example, just type virus, you can find virus and threat protection.
So here just virus throw, you can see, just make it protect virus threat protection setting, just select that. You can see we have real-time protection. So this already is like a built-in antivirus in the Windows 10, not like Windows 7. Windows 7 you need to install antivirus, like an external software as antivirus. In Windows 10 there is internal antivirus, so you don't need to install anything in your computer. It's always running real-time protection to protect your computer. So that's everything. I hope you understand that, and thank you very much.